Well, everybody, this is going to be part 12 of my Boise media collection for 2025 edition. That's enough with the VHS tapes for a while, and now let's get on with the DVDs and then on to the Blu-rays afterwards. So, anyways, let's begin. I remember watching this movie last year. That was a classic. So, yep. Oh yeah, this DVD got this DVD from Savers last year, and this DVD that I got since 2023. Excellent 2022 movie right here, which I rewatched it back in April of this year. Got this DVD from Walmart back in June of 2022, which we went there before we head to Nana's. So, yep. I will be rewatching this movie soon. So, yep. Of course, I had this DVD since June of 2017, which I got from Vets for Success. Found this DVD at the Youth Ranch back in July of this year. I found another copy of this movie, which I found it at Desert Industries store back in April of last year. I will probably rewatch the 1986 Transformers animated movie soon, and I will be watching the sequels sometime in the future, so yep. Happy 1 year anniversary to this movie that's been released in theaters last year. And of course, I got this DVD from Walmart back in July of this year. Glad I have the DVD of it. Found this DVD at Goodwill back in June of 2022. Found this DVD at the youth ranch back in, I think, July of this year. I think I found this DVD at the youth ranch back in July of this year. I think I found this DVD at the Goodwill back in July of 2019. Found this DVD at Walmart last April. Needs a rewatch soon, so yep. Childhood favorite of mine, so yep. And of course, I found this DVD at the youth ranch back in March of 2023. This is the first DVD that I ever owned since, which I had since 2011. I mean, 2016 I meant. Of course, I had this DVD since 2016. Got this DVD at the youth ranch back in April of this year. I mean, April of last year. My mistake. My mistake on that. Of course, I've rewatched the two Apple Dumpling Gang movies, and they're both classics. And the case is in terrible condition, but that's alright. I think I found this DVD at Goodwill back in February of 2021 while I visited Boise for a couple days for my dad's appointment. got this DVD last April, which I got this DVD from the District Industries thrift store, in case you haven't been noticed. And here's the sequel of this movie. And of course, I have the first X-Men movie, which I had on VHS for a very long time. Really good 2006 movie right here. That has Matthew McConaughey. And of course, I had this DVD since 2022 that I got from Goodwill. Yeah, I guess you're right. Kind of like this movie, in my opinion, which I've seen this movie before last year. And of course, Matthew McConaughey is in this movie. So, yep. Got this DVD at the St. Vincent Paul thrift store back in July of 2019. And this is the last time I've been there since 2019. So, yep. I've seen this movie before and the sequel. They're both excellent. They're both excellent movies right here. That I watched both back in 2022. I've seen this movie before. Great 1998 movie right here that has Kate Blanchett. Of course, this and Shaun the Sheep the movie, which I got both DVDs from Goodwill. This, which I got since 2020, and this DVD, which I gotten since 2022. Definitely one of my all-time favorite movies right here. That needs no introduction. And I will rewatch the Shrek movies in the future, so when I got Shrek Forever After, so yep. Had this DVD since 2017, which I got from Goodwill. When I began collecting DVDs again. And of course, the first Shrek movie that I got from the NAC thrift store back in June of 2017 just shortly before we moved to Lewiston. So, yep. Of course, I had the DVDs since last year, which I got from the youth ranch. I've seen this movie before last year. Needs a rewatch soon. Had DVD since July of this year. Definitely a classic right here, in my opinion. And happy 75th birthday to Bill Murray. He turned 75 today. So happy 75th birthday to him today. And don't give me the chicken jockey meme, which that plays in the movie. If you say the chicken jockey meme joke, then I'll block you for good. Understand? Good. And now back to the video, which is already in progress. Had Steve D since July of this year. And I'm not gonna bother watching the sequel because the sequel sucks, in my opinion. Sorry, it's kind of sweaty there because we all got sweats, so that's all right. So, anyways, let's continue. Had Stevie D since July of 2019, which I got from Aunt Sue's, which they give away media. Got Stevie D at the youth ranch back in July of this year as well. Had Stevie D since April of last year. This movie's a classic. I will be showing the 2023 remake soon, so yep. I'll pause here for a second. My dad's knocking, so be right back. Sorry about that, folks. My dad just coming in, and him and Melissa are gonna do some running around for the last time which they're gonna do some wedding shopping for the last time, so just bear with me. So, anyways, let's continue. And of course, I had this DVD since Christmas of 2018, which I got from which Blake gave this DVD to me back in Christmas of 2018 as a belated Christmas gift. Had this DVD since April of last year, which I got from the District Industries store. Okay. And I believe I'm about to show these DVDs last pile. So, yep. I believe I got the DVD from my late Uncle Damon, which I got this DVD for almost 11 years, which is kind of long, isn't it? Got this DVD from Goodwill back in, I think, June of 2022. So, yep. Found this DVD, which I had this DVD for a very long time, which I got since Christmas of 2015. So, yep. Definitely one of my all-time favorite Ridley Scott movies from 2015, and definitely one of my all-time favorite movies as well. And if you haven't seen this movie, definitely highly recommend this one. So, yep. Had this DVD for a very long time, which I had since 2014. Got this DVD from I think, the Youth Ranch back in March of 2018. Found this DVD at the Goodwill back in June of 2022. Found this DVD at I think, Goodwill back in July of this year. I think. Actually, I lied. I found this DVD at the youth ranch thrift store back in July of this year while I visited Boise for a week. Found this DVD from Aunt Sue's back in July of 2019. Definitely one of my all-time favorite 1983 movies right here. So, yep. Got this DVD from Goodwill back in February of 2021. Okay, 6 more DVDs. First video, and then we'll stop here for part 13, I believe. Found this DVD at Goodwill back in June of 2022. Nana gave this DVD to me, which I had for a very long time. My dad had this DVD for a very long time. But now he belonged to this DVD belongs to me. So, yep. Once again, I found this DVD at Goodwill back in June of 2022. Found this DVD at the storage unit back in March of 2022. I decided, well, this DVD originally belonged to Boise, but it's listed now, so yep. And found its receipt. And lastly, here's the last DVD for this video. And then we're off to part 12. Or I think part 13, if I'm not mistaken. I'll check again. Of course, I had this DVD since April of last year, which I got from the youth ranch, so yep. Well, everybody, there you have it for part 11 or part 12 of my Boise Media Collection for 2025 edition. Stay tuned for either part 12 or part 13 coming up. sometime tomorrow. So, anyways, this is Superman Me 2002. See y'all later, and hope you have a fun rest of your guys' day.